Welcome back to CHOWTIME Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Courtney Ryan. You know, sometimes I like to go to the women's channel and see what they're thinking.
Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're reacting to a TikTok video. Now this video has around 500,000 views at the time that I'm reacting to it here, so wasting no time, getting right into it.
Guys, the dating scene is getting so bad in New York City that I am seeing on TikTok there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch.
Yeah.
And then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad. Like,
Are they broke, dusty, musty crusties? Because they're stealing salads. I guess I'm stealing for the name in a sense, but you're still stealing.
let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're like sliding in, which honestly, smart. Why are we stealing men's salads? Like, why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, why is it getting to this point?
Why can't they just come up to us at the bar? Why do we have to go and steal their salads? Are you? Look at Courtney's face. I 100% agree with the...
Men, just please step up or your salad's gonna fucking get taken. Your lunch is gonna get taken.
Oh, it's our fault that our salads are getting stolen now. It's men's fault.
And every week, like, I'm seeing girls get so creative these days. Like, they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being
like desperate much?
Like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen and being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen? All just different ways to try to talk to you guys because you guys don't come up to us in New York City. And it's crazy. Like, I know there's so many beautiful women. Like, just go up to one of them. Buy them a drink. You guys have money. You live in the city. You can buy a drink.
And just because we live in a city doesn't mean we have money to spend on you.
Fucking cheapos.
Okay, let's start with the salad thing. You know, I get it. Dating today is tough, and sometimes people try to stand out in creative ways. Creative is a stretch, but stealing a man's lunch to try to spark a romantic connection, I don't really think that's romantic. I think that's a little bit weird. That's kind of stalker behavior. If the roles were reversed and a man did this to a woman, we'd all be calling it what it is, invasive and inappropriate. I would probably call the police. That is weird behavior. It is not cute to steal someone's personal information, find them on a professional, keyword professional, platform like LinkedIn, and then message them out of nowhere. That is objectively weird behavior. Can we all agree?
I can agree with this. Like, men put themselves in certain ways to do some things too, but I don't think we go to this level of cringe.
Am I being dramatic? I think that is so weird. It totally crosses a boundary, and I think deep down, we all know that, right?
Correct.
The message behind this was sort of supposed to be, well, men aren't approaching us, so now we have to take matters into our own hands. And while I can understand the frustration, doing something invasive or creepy just really is not the answer. Now, as I always do, I do want to try and see the other side, so let's be fair for a second. There is a very real trend happening right now that I'm sure we're all aware of. More and more men are hesitant to approach women.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. I've talked about this before on my channel, and I think this context is really important here. Men today are worrying about being seen as creepy, not wanting to make women feel even more uncomfortable than they already do. You know, women are saying online that they don't want to be approached, so men are sort of listening. I think there's this dating culture that makes approaching really feel like a risk. I think there's a general sense of confusion about what women actually want. And then obviously the fear of rejection that's always kind of been there. And I think as a woman, it is really easy to say, oh, men just don't have confidence anymore, or they just need to approach us and get over it. But I think that is such an oversimplification. A lot of men do.
And it's also not genuine. Like, I don't think that take is genuine at all. Like, the dangers of nowadays is so apparent for men, and women just choose to ignore it because they're the ones that are putting us in danger.
Want to approach women, they're just being incredibly cautious because they're not sure how they'll be received. I would argue that most men don't want to add to the problem and make women feel uncomfortable. They're sort of being told, shoot your shot and then don't bother me at the exact same time. And I think that contradiction is pushing some of them into avoidance. Understandably so. I think that would probably make me sort of hesitant too. So while I don't condone the salad stealing or other weird tactics, I do understand why women feel like they have to get more creative or make the first move. Perhaps let's
I don't mind that they're trying to get more creative to get the first move. It's fine. Just why are you stealing stuff? That doesn't even make sense.
just try something a little less odd. We're in this really strange dating culture right now where no one feels safe to go first. And I think that's a problem for both sides. For
Correct.
men, as I already said, there's a real fear of rejection, being misread, or coming off the wrong way, and again, making women feel uncomfortable. And then for women, I think the hesitation often comes from something very different, which
It's rejection. It's literally rejection. They're just so scared of rejection.
is this deeply ingrained belief that we're not supposed to make the first move, that if we do, we're
See, I disagree with you on this one, Courtney. Yes, it is something that they innately don't, but it's the rejection factor. They know it is not guaranteed if they were to approach someone. But if someone was to approach them, they have the guarantee of full control.
chasing, we're being too forward, we're not letting the man lead, we're not being feminine. I think a lot of this mindset is reinforced by content that we see online. You know, things like a feminine woman would never approach a man, or you should never ask for his number because the right man will come find you. And listen, I get where some of that comes from. I think it's rooted in wanting polarity and desiring a man who takes the lead. And yes, when a man is masculine and a leader, I think that's really attractive. But the problem is we've taken that idea to such an extreme that now a lot of women feel completely paralyzed when it comes to showing interest or initiating anything at all. The truth is, there's nuance to everything. Making the first move doesn't suddenly make you less feminine. It doesn't mean that the guy you're interested in isn't masculine or won't step up as a leader in the relationship. It just means that you saw something or someone that intrigued you and you had the confidence to lean in rather than sitting back and waiting, passively hoping something will happen. I think
That's pretty much it. But again, that rejection factor, I think, is much bigger fear for women than it is for men. Men, it's a fear, but we have to go through it no matter what. Women actually don't have to go through that.
we forget that connection has to start somewhere, and if both people are too afraid to take the first step, how can anything real ever happen?
I can agree with that.
So yes, women also have their own sets of hesitations. They just stem from different messages than the ones that men are dealing with. But at the end of the day, I think both sides are being held back by fear, and that fear is creating a culture of misconnections and wasted potential. Now, with all
But I think it's valid fears for men. Like, there's so many men that are getting screwed over. That's why I always say, like, I want you guys to have family. I want you guys to have kids, but I also understand what's out there.
all that being said, and I think this is important, so listen up, there is a difference between being bold or making a first move and being bizarre. There is nothing wrong with a woman making the first move. Honestly, I think more women should. If you're interested in someone, there is no shame in giving them a compliment, striking up a conversation, saying hello.
That's all you really have to do, right? You just got to come up to us and be like, oh, you look cute. I'm like, oh, you look cute, girl. Most men are going to be pretty receptive to that. You know, again, most. But nowadays, like I said, most men also feel the desperation of women and understand the desperation of women. So we're also kind of like, you desperate? Or what's wrong with you?
Showing a little bit of interest, especially now when so many men are hesitant to approach. Sometimes all he needs is a green light. So give it to him, girl. But there's a line, and it matters. There's a difference between being confident and crossing into creepy. Making the first move doesn't mean you need to create an entire false scenario just to talk to someone. If you want to approach someone, just do it the old-fashioned way that is
I
work.
can't even say much about the false scenario thing because men do that too. We create false scenarios to meet women all the time, but I don't think it's like such a creepy way the way that women are doing it.
Since the dawn of time. Face to face, smile, say hello, use your words. What you don't need to do is pretend that you accidentally stole their lunch just so you can message them on a professional networking site. That's not clever, that's deceptive, and it's weird girl behavior. And let's be real, as I said, if a man did something like that, it wouldn't be seen as sweet or romantic or creative or cute. It would be a big fat red flag. If you're a woman out there saying that you're tired of games, you want honesty, transparency,
Poor finance bros out there getting hungry without their salads.
something real, but then you start a potential relationship on a lie, And stealing someone's salad, no matter how small it seems, you're setting the tone for dishonesty from the beginning. It's not a strong foundation to build anything meaningful on. So yes, make the move if you feel called to do so. Just be direct, be genuine, and most importantly, don't be creepy.
It's nice that like channels like this, like Courtney Ryan's channel, she does try to focus on women. I mean, there's a lot of men that watch our channel, but at least she's trying. She at least embodies the femininity, the looks, the modesty of what most men would want. So at least her trying to teach and guide some women into some of these territories is valid.
And I do also think dating in cities like New York can probably feel exhausting. It's competitive, it's fast paced. It often feels like everyone is either chasing perfection or just too busy to date seriously. And there are dating struggles in every dating market. FYI, not just big cities. But if the solution is steal a guy's lunch to get his attention, maybe we need to take a step back and ask, why is the bar so low that this is what is now considered a strategy? What happened to basic respect? Eye contact, a friendly conversation. I think the answer isn't women just need to get sneakier or men need to just suck it up and approach and buy the girl a drink. The answer is both sides need to stop playing games and start being more human. Have some empathy for the struggles of the other.
I can actually agree with this. Both sides can be pretty ruthless with each other nowadays because men are done.
Other side, I think women could be a little better about this when it comes to men approaching. Be respectful, work on your communication skills. That's all there is to it. So to the women out there who are watching, if you are interested in someone, talk to them. You don't need to pull some freaky rom-com plot twist to be noticed. Be confident, be kind, and let them see.
Well, that's the thing, right? They watch a lot of this rom-com that does all of these extravagant things and just weird things to make the story plot exciting and nuanced. So the women think, oh, this is how real life can be.
You, not some made-up weird girl story. And men, say hi. You don't need to come in with a cheesy pickup line or overthink it. I think most women out there respect a polite, respectful approach way more than you think, even if that's not necessarily...
Courtney, you're not a woman. I mean, you're not a man, so I don't think you experienced this, but I would think most of my audience would disagree with you on this.
What you're seeing online. And of course, be able to read the room and walk away if she doesn't seem interested. Another thing I want to touch on.
Like I've talked to women and, you know, like I've approached a couple of women and they just give you this look like, and that's it. And after that, I just like, hey, what's up? And they just give you a look and I just walk away. There's no need to deal with these people if they just give you an attitude off the rip.
Quickly before I go is how this type of behavior is being normalized and even sort of celebrated. You'll see people in the comments of videos like this being like queen behavior or this is how you shoot your shot. But again, would we say that if it were a man pulling the same stunt on a woman? No, we would call 911. You know, if we want the dating culture to improve, I think we have to hold everyone to the same standards and encourage honesty, effort, and respect across the board. I know there are so many double standards in life and, you know, especially in dating between men and women, but I think women talk so often about how men are creepy and how they do all these things that are creepy, but then they go and do something like this and it's cute and creative, and I just don't think that's fair because it's creepy too. Now, before we go, I do want to take it down to the comment section of the video and see what people are saying because I can't be the only one who thinks this is crazy. Okay, let's see. How on earth do people hear women are stealing men's food to start a conversation and conclude that men are the ones who need to step up? This has to be satire that just flew over my head, right? Right. Be a man, lunch is stolen while minding my own business, be blamed and shamed for it because I'm not going up to girls at bars and clubs, and you wonder why we don't want to associate with y'all. The desperation, crying face. Why is it men's fault? I'm confused. Sweet Green, the salad company, commented on the video and said, guys, please, this is really stressing me out. Oh, that's funny. This comment says, half of TikTok is, I hate when men approach me, and the other half is, why don't men approach anymore?
Yep, that's literally the two halves.
Yeah, I've done a handful of videos on this topic, so if you want to see more of my take on that, and just more details about why I think that's happening, I've covered it extensively in other videos. I'll try to link those below. But yeah, it's true. This comment says, ladies, imagine a man stole your food, found your information, and messaged you via LinkedIn. That's borderline stalking. Y'all do everything except go up to the men you want. Men are not going to approach you anymore because a plethora of women Oh, he had more to say, but I can't see it. But what he did say is correct. Like, just go up to the guy, smile at him, say hello, just give him the green light so that he knows you're comfortable with being approached. Like, I think that's the least we can do. I am so glad to see that I'm not the only one who thought that was crazy, weird girl behavior, because even as a woman, I can say that is weird. It's weird. I'm going to stop.
Well, that's because you're a normal woman. I think a lot of other women co-sign a lot of this behavior.
Myself here because I could probably go on and on. So that's all I have for this one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
Sure, ask it, Courtney. Again, we're never going to fully agree with her because her take is a woman's take and our take is slightly different. But it's nice to see a woman's take sometimes. It's nice to see a woman take a little bit of accountability for women and try to put accountability on other women. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Bye.